Hey guys, what's up? And welcome back to the channel. Understanding pensions and their impact on retirement planning is crucial for a secure and comfortable retirement. Pensions can provide a guaranteed income stream, which can significantly influence your financial decisions and strategies. There are two primary pension types: a defined contribution plan and a defined benefit plan. A defined benefit plan is an employer-sponsored retirement plan where employee benefits are calculated using a formula that considers several factors, such as length of employment and salary history. This is traditionally what we think of when we think of a pension. On the other hand, a defined contribution plan is a retirement plan funded by employees and their employers that doesn't promise a specific amount of benefits. Think of plans like the 401k, 403b, or the TSP. For the focus of this video, we're going to be looking at defined benefit plans, those plans where you receive a regular monthly check, and how they might influence your financial planning. Pensions provide a reliable source of income, typically for the lifetime of a retiree, and sometimes for their spouse. This really reduces the pressure on your savings and investment portfolio to generate future income streams. There's also something about having that guaranteed income stream that brings great peace of mind in retirement. This is why financial vehicles like annuities can appeal to people, because once you step away from the workforce, if you're risk-averse, having that guaranteed income stream can bring you great peace of mind. It takes a lot of pressure off your shoulders. For someone who doesn't have access to a defined benefit plan or a traditional pension, which is most workers these days, that burden of building up a nest egg large enough to generate an income to sustain you fully in your golden years can really weigh heavily on you. When we look at the median investment account balances of the typical American, and then consider that a safe rate of withdrawal might be anywhere from 3%, 4%, or 5%, you can see why Americans would consider finances a stressor. The obvious thought is that if you have this guaranteed income stream in your golden years, it takes a little bit of the pressure. Scratch that, a lot of the pressure, off your shoulders to save for your future. The reality is that financial professionals recommend that you save anywhere from 10% to 20% or so of your income throughout the course of your entire career, but most people fail to hit this benchmark. If you work in a job that comes with a pension, hitting these benchmarks may not be a must-do, but take that comment with a grain of salt, because it really does depend on the size and the reliability of your pension. If you have a pension coming your way that will realistically cover all of your essential expenses in retirement, you don't need to have an aggressive savings rate. You could, but it's not necessarily a must. For instance, consider a retiree who has a guaranteed pension of $2,500 a month and Social Security benefits of $1,800 a month. Between this pension and Social Security, this retiree would have an annual income of over $50,000. If their annual expenses are in line with this or less than this retiree really doesn't have a need for a large nest egg. Pensions reduce the need for aggressive savings in other accounts, so in a way, they give you more flexibility with your financial goals. In a way, that future pension gives you more breathing room in your budget today, but also more breathing room during your golden years. It gives you more flexibility. It can also open up investment options. If you have a pension that covers a significant portion, or all, of your expenses in retirement, it can free you up to be a little bit more aggressive with your investments if that's something you want to do. Because at the end of the day, you still know all of your bases are covered. Of course, you still want to consider individual risk tolerance as well. Pensions offer quite a few protections. Inflation protection. Many pensions are actually indexed to inflation. Pensions that are indexed to inflation help maintain purchasing power over time. If a pension is not indexed to inflation, a retiree would need to plan for the erosion of their purchasing power over time. For instance, at a 3% rate of inflation, A $50,000 pension that is not indexed to inflation would have the purchasing power of about $21,000 in 30 years' time. So a retiree who does not have a pension that is indexed to inflation would likely have to have at least a portion of their portfolio invested to help hedge against this inflation erosion. Many, but not all, pensions offer spousal benefits, which allow payments to continue to the surviving spouse if the pensioner dies. It's crucial to consider the proper spousal benefit. A pension plan might offer 50%, 75%, or even 100% survivor benefits, each with different payout amounts. A retiree has to balance the need for spousal income with a reduced benefit payout amount. It's basically trying to answer the question of who's going to pass away first and making sure that the needs of both spouses are taken care of no matter what the circumstances. Opting for a spousal benefit often reduces the primary pension holder's payout. For instance, opting for a 100% survivor benefit might reduce the monthly pension from $2,500 a month to $2,200 a month, but it ensures the surviving spouse receives full benefits. The value of a pension increases with longevity. Personal health and family history influence pension decisions and overall retirement plans. If you have a longer life expectancy, these lifetime annuity payouts become more valuable. It provides more financial stability and helps to mitigate the risk of running out of money or outliving your investments in retirement. For instance, a $2,500 monthly pension over 30 years provides a total of $900,000 in payments, offering financial security throughout retirement. There is actually a formula for calculating the present value of a defined benefit pension, where P is the annual pension payment, R is the interest rate or discount rate, and N equals the number of years of expected payments. If we were to plug some numbers into this example, let's say we have a retiree who has a pension that pays $30,000 a year. I'll assume an interest rate of 3% and 20 years of expected payments. In this case, the present value of this pension would be $446,500. The numbers you plug into this equation are going to come with a fair bit of personal estimation. How long do you think you're going to receive the payouts for? That's going to be your best guess. What interest rate do you want to use? I used a conservative 3%, reducing it for inflation. I'm also operating under the assumption that a retiree would want to have a more conservative approach to preserve their portfolio in retirement. That's not to say that 3% is the perfect number to use. Maybe you're more comfortable using 2%. Maybe you're more comfortable using 4%. If you were to use either of those rates of return, that would affect the estimated present value of your pension. The actual rate of return you use should be tailored to your individual circumstances and expectations. Just keep in mind, when you're calculating the present value of a pension, there's going to be a fair amount of estimation. Once you have a present value for your pension, you can calculate that into your net worth if that's something you want to do. For instance, using the previous pension present value that we just calculated, if we add in an individual's home equity and other retirement accounts, savings and investments, and subtract out, say, a mortgage and any other debts, this individual in this example would have a net worth of roughly $1.3 million. There is incredible value in a guaranteed pension. It is worth keeping in mind that the stability of a pension depends on the employer's financial stability and the funding status of the pension. In the U.S., the Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation provides a safety net, but may not cover the full pension amount if the plan is underfunded. Monitoring the funding status of your pension plan is crucial to understanding potential risks as you get close to retirement. Understanding the role that a pension plays in retirement planning is crucial to your financial success, and it can give you great peace of mind to actually incorporate it into your net worth and help you better plan your retirement. Do you work for a company that offers a pension? Are you currently retired with a pension? Share your thoughts in a comment down below. I post new videos every single week. If you got anything at all out of this one, please give it a like. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Or if you know of someone who might get something out of this type of content, please consider sharing. I'll see you soon. Bye.